Am I audible, Shalini ma'am? And any of our participants, just please confirm whether
Yes,
I'm
sir.
audible. Screen is okay. And all right then. Introduction session is about this ITS. And in every class, even when you teach, see that you mention the learning outcomes. I always say desired learning outcomes. We desire that these things will happen. So this is what I am going to cover: definition, why do we need that, how it evolved in the first place, what's the nature of it, what's the scope of it, where can I learn more, you know and how do we evaluate it. So these are the things I'm going to cover. Our target will be to complete by 12 o'clock. I want you to start interacting now. I will welcome anyone to unmute and say to me, without checking Google or anything, what comes to your mind when we say transport systems? Not just the transport systems. Guys, this is how our class
Hello,
will.
sir. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. You can
Yeah,
start.
this is Dr. Devashish Das. I'm the assistant professor of civil transportation engineering. And in my opinion, the transportation system is basically movement of goods or human being or animals from one location to another location. That
Okay,
is the simplest definition I
okay,
understand.
very good. Thank you. Well, thank you very much. Sir mentioned that when the thing word transportation comes, he is kind enough to think that it is for transporting. We are going very basic, but still it's okay. Transporting human beings and goods and whatnot. Planning. Okay, these are the keywords we are looking for. Planning. Well, this one I will put easiest one. I will put congestion. I don't know. The moment I think about transport, I still feel after 30 years, I still feel wow, there is congestion. Some students used to say, sir, you say that you are seeing that for 25, 30 years. Then why should we study about it? It is still there. Well, I say, if imagine if we don't study, you won't even be moving now. Population is increasing. So whatever you are doing, that's not enough, right? So I always mention this kind. Any other thing?
Yes, and sir, one more suggestion.
Please.
If we can switch on that chat window, I think some of them are answering there. So I thought,
Okay. Vehicle, people, movement through different infrastructure. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, I will keep in mind. Some may prefer to say here in text. Okay, planning, congestion, transportation of the first line sir said it covered everything. We want to transport from one place to other place. Is that enough? If suppose I plan well and it's not much congested there, and I can transfer people from one place to other place, or even pet animals or cargo or farming animals, and is that enough?
A set of vehicles.
Vehicles you need, yes, you need a mode. We call in transport as mode. Okay, moment of safety. Ronak Modi ji, Mr. Ronak, in the
Providing
mount
facilities, sir.
facilities. Yeah, that is important. Facilities,
Communication between the nodes in emergency time.
emergency time. Maybe I will put it like
Ambulance.
emergency situation handling or emergency management. So if I solve these problems, will everyone will be happy? No more problem about some text here: movement of people, movement of vehicle, goods, comfort. I think we are at conclusion there already. Comfort, right? When we do brainstorming, you see one by one it is coming. Comfort, lesser time.
We need path also.
Sorry, ma.
Path.
Maybe shortest path or quickest path or safest path or smoothest path. You see how many things are there as paths. So you see it's not that
So one
simple.
more thing, fuel consumption.
Fuel, thank you. Fuel consumption. You see, this is how I prefer you guys for youngsters. You also teach in the class. Never start with the PPT and read it. Please don't do that, especially in this subject. This is a subject where people can relate. All right. You see how beautiful. Even if I prepared a slide on this, I might have not done a good job here. Trust the audience. They have more input because it's a collective knowledge than one person's knowledge. Okay, fuel. Right of way movement is more specific. I will call it as mobility. I have technical term for everything. No worries. Mobility and access. That's what Modi was saying. Fuel is very good. Fuel consumption, guys. That is where we are now. We another 5 years, no fossil fuel. We will be using batteries, electric vehicles. That's the future. That's the future. So these are the things. Now we will go for the next. Let it be there. Let it be there. All right. Maybe this one. We can ask. Maybe some of our senior members can say, because 30 years ago, what technology we did not have, but we have now. Maybe they know better, right? How like 25, 26-year-old will know now, or 28 years old will know now what existed, what didn't exist there. Because I see some kids here in our terrace, they are born with the mobile phones, right? They can handle like milk bottle. Like I used to see kids with milk bottle, just laying and having like this. But now I see mobile phone, they are having the mobile phone like this and playing with that. Somebody is struggling to feed them. So the smartphone thing, you all might have experienced. The way kids handle is much different from the way we handle. I have developed some game programs. The way I play it and my students play it and kids play it is much different. All right. So what I'm expecting is that some technologies, for example, I take the easiest one, smartphones.
GIS and GPS.
GPS, yes, GPS, exactly, guys. You know what? My PhD was in Singapore. I did PhD on bus control using GPS. If I say that now, you might laugh. GPS, come on, you say. But at that time, it was big thing. Not the PhD was not because of the GPS, but I did some algorithms and I published some papers. But the technology used, we spent a lot of money to get GPS receivers. Every time I used to have, there is a very good person in NUS, Mr. Fuchikian. He used to help me to set up the GPS thing and put it in the car and drive. You see, can you believe that everybody has GPS in the mobile phone now? Sorry. So smartphones, GPS. Come on, guys. There are at least like few hundred there. At least we have to list 10. Quick. So now you know that session timing is all dependent on you. How fast you are interacting, we can close it and have a good break time. So
sensor.
Some sensors. So I think you put everything together as in one word. Wow. Okay, let me have it as sensor. But I have to say that we launched and we actually took a person to moon in 1969. So the sensor technology was there. But I accept to in a different sense. Any other the common thing, because I'm saying here for common people to use.
Software, sir. Developer software.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like, software. Thank you. Because you see, 30 years back, there was not even Windows. I think it was like Windows 3.1. I'm not sure. 92, I think Windows was launched. Software is one thing. I am still looking for something like any other technologies, because please, somebody is talking.
GSM based technology.
So, cell or GSM technologies. So let me put that here so that maybe they all come under kind of one. Yeah, cellular technology. I remember very first time somebody made a call using cell phone. I remember that situation. He was having like a brick kind of almost like this water bottle. So he was having this phone, the water bottle like this. And at that time, 1 minute costed 70 rupees or 25 rupees. I don't know, something very high. And he was like a king. Hey, I'm using a cell phone here. Yeah. So please, thank you.
Sir, use of some applications which will show the traffic conditions of different cities, of different locations. We can use some applications.
Can I say like more like smartphones and apps?
Through smartphone we can handle it.
Okay, I think we can have like So maybe I can put that in the software section also.
Yes.
What? Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir, we have 2 answers in the chat box.
Chat box. Okay, thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
sir.
Yeah, thank you. Right of tracking cameras, smart, thanks, ma'am. Applications, smart connected devices, tracking cameras. Yeah, okay, maybe. I am looking for even simple, normal user things. Cameras. Yeah, camera. Wow. Yes. Amazing development there. And you also mentioned.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Advancement in embedded technology.
Embedded technology. So it's more even like technology wise, right? Yeah. Yes. I think
Security aspects, internet facilities.
security. Yeah. Okay. Let me. Thanks, man. So you see, embedded systems. The only embedded system 30 years ago we saw was maybe like a TV remote. Okay. What about flat screen? I'm looking for something which is for the common people to see the technology.
Incident management system. Incident management.
Incident management system is Pakka technological term, sir. Yes, I agree with you. We will go there. I am talking about here. The idea was to see what common people to know, to relate that what technologies are existing now, but they were not there.
ATM cards. Yeah. Using ATM cards.
Oh, ATM. Oh, yes.
Smart card.
This is what I was thinking of. This is smart card. I am having a good memory now. Every time, when did I first saw that smart card? I think 90s. I didn't see in India. Very first time I went to Singapore, they gave us the bus card, the smart card. I was even afraid to use it for a few days. I was using the coins there. It's like kind of like maybe somebody will laugh if I put the card wrongly. And even the credit card, even the debit card facility.
Sir, bank ATM cards.
Yes, ma. It's all under some kind of card facilities. So let me stop there. And maybe one thing. What about this guy? Internet. So do you know that 30 years ago we didn't have internet? Can you imagine? I want you to do some meditation now. Just think for like 10 seconds.
Online taxi bookings.
Yes, it is there. Yeah, thank you for sharing.
E-com.
It's okay. Sorry.
E-commerce.
Oh, e-commerce. Yes, it's all under internet, right? Yeah. So guys, it's okay. Thank you so far. Thank you. You see, just think. 30 years ago, there was internet. Don't mistake me. There was internet. I again insist for public use. Everything was there. You think all this were not there in 30 years back? No, they were there, but not to public use. You see now Nobel laureates, they are getting prize for flat screen. They are getting for low lithium battery. When do you think they invented that? Yesterday? No, it was there. Now we are commercializing it and we are making it to be available to everyone. So now the question comes, can I use all these techniques to solve all these problems? We have plenty of problems or things to manage there. All right, let me just format that so that you can see it easily. Remove the blah 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 blah. Okay, so you see we have mentioned certain things here. You see, those are the issues we want to deal with, and these are the technologies, at least for now, we think that changed in 30 years. In another 30 years, you will have flying cars, you will have jetpack, individual person movement. Maybe our grandchildren, at least my grandchildren, your son and daughter, maybe saying bye bye to school with Iron Man kind of flying suit, and you may say, hey, did you put the flying suit? Yeah, I put the flying. Did you put the fuel there? Yeah, I put. Did you charge it? Yeah, I did charge it. So this may be the communication parents may be doing in another 10 years, 15 years. It all depends on people like Elon Musk and other people. Other genius people like that. We never know. Hotmail, I think it was from India. Who knows? We may we may invent something, you may get some inspiration, and you may come up with something which can change the whole thing. It is possible. Think that it is possible. Invention is possible. See, engineers, the word engineering comes from not engine or anything, right? It comes from ingenuity, geniusness of applying common sense with science, maths, and technologies. All right. So we put together and we have invented all these things. Who thought we will be doing, in relaxed dress here and drinking this one and talking to you? Who thought 20, 30 years back? It's impossible. Impossible. So now the question comes, if I have all this, can I solve all those things? That is the thing we are into this FDP that will answer for 5 days. Is it enough? Do we need something more? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what? Some interesting questions always come from students, They think in a different, much fresh way, One was asking, sir, space shuttle that takes people from here, cargo from here to International Space Station. Is it intelligent transport system? There was another student who asked me, sir, airplane, is it intelligent transport system? How will you answer that? You have to answer like this. They are supposed to be super intelligent. The more you involve people in system, like drivers, who knows which driver will be drunk and spoil the whole traffic there? Ironically, the more humans we see controlling the system, we need more intelligence, artificial intelligence there. The more you leave it to machines there, which is controlled. I told the student, you see that space shuttle, you think one person operating? There are minimum 30,000 people involved in that. At least 2,000, 3,000 people directly involved in that. And even in a plane, even if you have autopilot, and it is not one man army. Too many knowledges are already there inside. So where we need more intelligence is in the land transport. Why? Because many people are controlling it. I'm muting some sound there. You see, the thing is, so always remember the scope here is for the land transport, not even rail transport. Rails are more. I mean, most of the trains are nowadays automated, especially metros. They are automated, and some students use this. Sir, autonomous vehicle, electric vehicle, connected vehicle, are these intelligent transport systems? These were there even 20, 30 years ago. We had these prototypes and they were running. See, we used to travel using horses. I remember in my very young stage, like 5 years, 6 years old, I even took a bullock cart in my village for a farmer festival. I still have that back pain. So I don't know how they survive that kind of travel, right? Steam engine came, cars came, mass transport came, speed rails came, bullet trains came, and we have this side autonomous highways came, drones came. What else I am missing? Hyperloop came. Can we call this as intelligent transport system? In a way, yes, but please remember, these are all advanced system. See, bullock cart was the intelligent transport system at that time. Any ITS, any intelligent transport system is intelligent today. Tomorrow it will become a memory. Yesterday it was a dream. I repeat, any intelligent transport system, what we are talking today or maybe in these 5 days, they are intelligent at this scenario. In the future, your generation, your kids may be talking, do you call smart card as a big thing? Come on, do you think phone is a big thing? They will say. Yesterday in the sense 10 years back, 20 years back, that was a dream. Now in the mobile industry, now a cloth-like phone is coming. So you can fold your phone in any way you want, and compress it and put it in your pocket. So that's the future of mobile phone, at least what I saw in some gadget show. So it's a foldable phone. You can fold it in any way, like our guys are very famous in folding rupee notes, which is wrong. So you may have a bunch of phones packed like that. So wonders are going to happen. Can we say all this as intelligent things? They are advancements. They are natural advancements. So I'm not implying that electric vehicle or autonomous vehicle is not intelligent, because a big business is going on, saying that this is ITS. Just go with the flow. Go with the flow. Sustainability, smart thing, integrated thing. These are all like, we have to catch up with the business and make money. Never go opposed to any common buzzwords there. Now I'm giving the definition. Can any of our ladies, could you please read this, because the female frequency, the voice is very clear. It can reach, trust me. Can anyone read this one, please, the definition? I mean,
Hello,
please
sir.
unmute and spell it out, please. Read it out, please. Yeah, who is this?
Sir, I'm Sandhya.
Sandhya ma'am, yes, please. Could you please slowly read this one, the ITS definition? This is the pinnacle of our 5-day thing, guys. If you remember this, everything will be all right. Please read it, ma'am.
Yes. The integrated applications of advanced technologies such as information processing, communications, control, and electronics to improve safety, reduce congestion, enhance mobility, minimize environmental impact, save energy, and promote productivity of transportation systems.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
This has so many things there. What Sandhya ma'am just read now. This is not a new definition. This was the definition around 30 years ago. We still follow it. They didn't know that mobile phone is coming. They didn't know that smart cards are coming. They didn't know internet is coming. But they had this dream. I want to integrate every application, whatever advancement. That's where the key thing. That's why I said bullock cart is the advancement at that age. Car is the advancement 100 years ago. Now autonomous vehicles, electric vehicles are the advancement. Maybe you will have flying cars and flying bikes in the future. But can you integrate them for one purpose, which has sub purposes? Safety. Can you improve safety? Can you reduce congestion? Can you enhance mobility? Mobility means from one point to other point. You want to go, you have to go. You should be able to go. You cannot say, oh, there is a flyover there. I can't go there, I can't access there. Why not? You should not have confusion at all. You should not have confusion at all. And of course, mainly the environmental impact, they were very concerned about that. And you need energy to move. So fuel or battery or anything, wind, anything from that point. And finally, the productivity. Some business should be there, some should be happy about it. It's not like a sad thing. Transportation is a fun thing, right? So intelligent vehicle highway systems was some, just assume that it's an organization there in the US. In 92, they defined this. I still follow that definition because some of you may know about a TV sitcom called Friends. Friends is a super hit in our age. It is still super hit. Why? Because it didn't use technologies that change over time. It's based on the emotions. So it will be a super hit always. Just give me a second. Thank you. Excuse me. So this is the definition, guys. So you just keep that in mind. And in the assessment, if we ask something like aim of ITS is to improve safety, to reduce congestion, to enhance mobility. And if suppose, normally what do we do, teachers? If we have 3 answers, the 4th answer will be always all of the above, right? There was one time I put all of the above and then none of the above. There was a student asked me very, very, very long ago. He said, sir, how is it even possible? I put like this, something, none of the above, all of the above. He asked me, sir, if you say none of the above, how can it be all of the above? I said, I'm very sorry. I was lazy to type one more option. I thought I can put just none of the above. So is the screen about flyovers already open there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you see the problem here, guys. Are you guys with me? We will be talking another 20 minutes or so. So relax, relax. You think about what I am saying. I'm not expecting you to grasp everything in one shot. The FDP is about uh, more insight to it, more core things you are learning. You can verify and you can learn more later. This is like pointers. We are giving pointers. I teach this subject 45 classes, right? Sometimes for MTech, in overseas, I used to teach for like at least 30 classes or 10 3-hour classes. So we will give some pointers. You see, this is what happening now. Everywhere we want to, not only in India, even in China, even in Western countries, they are all now locked up because of flyovers. We want to keep increasing the infrastructure. How long we can do that? There is an end. No, you can't do forever. So what do? We go for this one. I want you to, sometimes it takes like 10 seconds or so in your screen to open, but don't worry, I stay on a slide for quite a long time, so you can read or you can do later. You see, disruptive technologies, after Uber came, after Ola came in India, at least Uber came first, and all over the world Uber is there. Vehicle ownership is affected. Because in transport planning, vehicle ownership is an important thing. We plan roads, we plan infrastructure based on where you want to go. How do you want to go? When do you want to go? For what purpose, like how much you are ready to spend. But after Uber came, after Ola came, after taxis came, I can take a Mercedes-Benz for some function, and I can take auto rickshaw for some function, even bike for some function. So it means like, why should I keep a vehicle and go with the hassle of maintaining it? See, the thought process is now changing. So from the infrastructure point of view, if I can give you the shortest path at 9 o'clock and shortest path 9:05, 9:10, you have a choice to make which one, which was not there before 20 years, 30 years ago. So we are using intelligence as a compensation for not providing more infrastructure, because there is no way we can provide more infrastructure. See, if suppose your city is filled with roads, you need more roads. Will you build more road? Many countries tried that. Even in Singapore, we tried a road above another road, another road above another road. How many roads you will build one over the other, right? Mass transport is the solution. But even with the mass transport metros, we built some of the cities all over India, super successful. Exactly opposite some of the cities with metros, puck of failure. Why? Because there is no feeder service. I have a metro, but I can't access it. So that is why not only providing infrastructure, and even if the feeder service is coming, we need to integrate with the timing there, right? So that's where, guys, big money is there, bringing in intelligence there. I will show you a slide here. I think it may show you in a second. It's a $50 billion business. So get freshen up and know that money is there. There is no shortage for money there. So there are lots of projects you can do, especially youngsters. If you keep track of this, wonderful projects you can do. Money is not a limitation at all. And yeah, I skipped this slide because too many texts there. It all started like transportation management, traveler information, public transportation, highway system. Anyway, these are all evolved now. Why do we keep talking about the old things? All right. This is how ITS evolved. I remember there is a professor, Moshe Ben Akiva in MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. He was the one, as far as I know, coined the word intelligent transport systems. Before that, it was integrated and advanced, many names they had. And he coined the words. I think he has a lab now, ITS. I will send you two files, history of ITS, ITS timeline. They are like wonderful files. I will send in email later. Let me see. Let me just open it. Additional materials. I will send timeline. Wow, this is like a fantastic document. They save a lot of time for us to talk. You see that, confirm to me if you see some colorful 90s, 2000, 2010. Thanks. Do you see that kind of? Thank you. So you see until. Thank you. Until 2016, they have put. Thank you, man. They have put all the developments how it started. In 1914, first traffic signal started, and parking started. 56 something happened. So I will pass this slide to you. I mean, I'll pass this file to you. No worries. So you can see the evolution of how we apply extra intelligence to solve transport problems. All right. And there is another document, 56-page document, History of Intelligent Transport Systems. I will also send this to you. This is not for assessment, both files not for assessment. So don't get any anxiety there, but have a look and see if you can make some money, and if you get some project, do ask your students to do some project. The whole purpose of this FDP is to introduce you new things where it's not just civil engineering, it's a multidisciplinary thing. You have to have a collaboration projects. Okay, very well. Last few slides. Can you see the command center? This is the Singapore one. Every country, every major city has something like this. So it's called Intelligent Transport Systems, or ITS Command Center. Shalmam, is that visible?
Yes.
Sorry if you are.
Yes.
This is for Singapore, and I am not showing about. Thank you, madam. I'm not showing about US or Europe because they developed like 20 years ago, 25 years ago. What about Asian countries like us? That's where my point is. That's where my focus is. That's where you come in, because this is your future. You want a command center like this in your university, or maybe collaborating with your traffic police. Go ahead, put a like 10 crore project there. Government will assist you. You see this one in Istanbul. How come they have? And we also have. Don't say I'm not saying we don't have. This is Bangalore Traffic Control Center. What a beautiful control center. We have one in Hyderabad also. I think we have one in nowadays we have in major cities. We have in Chennai. We have. These are the pictures I could find. If you find the pictures like this for India, please share with me. We can show it to our participants. I would love to show it. So what are these guys doing? What are these people watching? It seems like they are having a pretty good time, but believe me, it's actually a very stressful job, because they have to monitor. They have to see monitoring 2 hours student in the exam online, whether he is copying or not itself is like a big challenge for us, right? If you are monitoring 8 hours traffic and see something goes wrong, yeah, you know how big challenge it is. So what are they doing? This is what they are doing. You will see a slide now. That's almost we are there. We use sensors. I will show later. I will teach about it later. No worries. These arrow marks are kind of funny arrow marks. You can put it in any way you want. Data. We communicate with the center. We do some computing, we use algorithms, and the operation centers will send it to people back, maybe by messages or maybe by paths. And the control center will again, keep on looping in this one. These are all covered later. That's why we have this FDP. It's like an overall picture. You can use this for normal buses. You can use this for connected vehicles. You can use this for trains. So it doesn't matter. You see, that's how philosophical standpoint you have to learn. Never rely on exact technology. Next year it will change. Especially nowadays, next few months it changes. Rely on and stick with the philosophy there. What's going on? What's going on? So that's what you have to stick. Well, I don't want to read this. Maybe I will just see anything I missed. Mainly land transport sensors, costly, very costly, but that's money. Where ITS, it's good, it is working. There are standards. It's multidisciplinary. All right, guys. So before concluding, I want to tell you, and you also need to tell your students, that body of knowledge is always starts from journals nowadays. Earlier, it was textbooks. We go to the library, we open the textbook and read reference books. Nowadays, we want to see what's going on right now. So journals are helping. So Intelligent Transport Systems, IEEE's Transactions is a very good journal. And we have ITS journal also. These are all like very famous journals. Maybe impact factor is not that big, only 5, 6 like that. But unlike Nature or Science, which having 40, 50 and all, I would say this helps people. Who cares about the impact factor? See, impact factor is more about whether you are reading it and referring it. If suppose I take a technology there, I apply in India, I make $1 million, will that be reflected in the impact factor? No, right? So I am kind of like 50-50 with this impact factor. These are all business things. All right. So anyway, if our institution requires, you have to follow it. So you have to think like this. I will give you some pointers here. Always, please look for the Web of Science index journals only. Anyway, these 6 journals, IEEE 3, Taylor Francis, Springer, and Wiley. So these are the journals. If you want to learn more, you have to refer to these journals. From day 1, tell your students every day a little bit. Don't force them to read all the thing. Current journal, current issue. Go to the current. Even for you, I am saying this. Maybe when you have time, pick any journal and see the current issue. See what they are publishing. That is ITS. Whatever we talk, whatever we show slides, that will change. But be current. In current issue, whatever they are talking about, that is the correct place to learn more about the ITS. I will be giving pointers like this so you can learn a lot about it. All right. And you have ITS World Congress. This has been there forever. It's a very good conference. So if you can't publish in the, if you don't have publishable results for the journals, don't go for the inferior journal, but go for superior conference. So that's how long term you will have benefits. Very good journals or very good conferences. Don't compromise. And it is easy said than following. Anyway, so we have this one, and above all, you have societies. ITS America, the top left, the standard one. You can become members for some societies where money is not a big deal. So journals, conferences, societies. This applies to any field. Textbooks, reference books. Yes, if you are lucky to be, in person and you have wonderful books in your libraries, go for it. So I will send another very good IIT professors, Raval and Devadas. They had written a very good article about how ITS is going on in India. I will send that document. So far I promised 3 documents I will send to you. And finally, this is I think pretty much 30 slides. This is 29. Okay. Now we have ITS. We have some knowledge about that. It is very costly, but how to know that it will work? You spend millions of dollars. You deploy it. Then it becomes a failure. Then what to do? That is where physical evaluation is also possible. Digital evaluation is also possible. So what we do, we develop a 3D model of whatever we want to do and run the simulation and see whether it helps to reduce the traffic congestion or sometimes maybe even safety aspects. So the left one, I think you might be seeing something called VISIM. The right one is the TRAF Plus. Ultimately, we achieve the definition of ITS. We get safety, we get traffic congestion reduced. That's the holy grail of it, guys. All right. And you can say why we need it. You can't keep on building infrastructure. We need to add the intelligence part there from the sensors, computing, information technology, communication, electronics, everything. How did it evolve? Yeah, it took 30 years to evolve. What's the nature? Multidisciplinary. Not one person can say, hey, this is ITS, it's mine. No. IEEE took in charge of that to standardize this. They knew that fight will come. everybody will say ITS is mine, ITS is mine. So IEEE came in. Of course, they said they are the king now, or queen now. So we don't know. So they said, okay, I will set the standards. So I will run 3 journals there. So even the conference, the scope, yes, it's very good. Coverage is very good. Land transport is the first focus now, because we deal with people. Where we deal more people, more people, you need, ironically, artificial intelligence more in order to compensate for our mistakes there. All right. For the body of knowledge, always look for Web of Science journals, if not top conferences, if not societies. All right. Finally, the evaluation part. How do we know whether an ITS is good or bad? We do some simulations. We do some deployment studies. We will have one day on ITS evaluation thing. It will be interesting. You will love it. I haven't given even one example on ITS so far. I am keeping it secret. I am keeping it quiet. I am going to say that in ITS applications. You see, I never mentioned about the examples. I might have asked you, you might have told me, but I didn't do that. There is a purpose for that. So now you know what is ITS. Now you know its scope, evaluation, everything. But what is it actually? Can I see something? Oh, this is ITS. I said what is may not be ITS, like electric vehicle or connected vehicle or autonomous vehicle or drones. I said you may consider it or you may not consider it. Go with the business perspective. But there are hardcore ITS applications which I never mentioned. I'm going to mention in the next session, ITS applications. Does it make sense, the whole thing? Do you think that you are learning a little bit new? Can you please confirm?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. I think it's kind of you to respond. It's your time to respond now. Okay. I think you can press the Himanshu. You are guiding us nicely
in our chat.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir. Oh, thank you. Okay. Very good. Very good. I'm glad that. See, my point is here. It has you should know something new worth of your time, or else what's the point, right? So you should know something new and you should have further interest to explore it. It should not, oh yeah, that is new. Okay, bye-bye. It should not be like that. Okay, I'm going to explore in this in another 5 years, another 2 years, another 1 year. I'm going to get some funding based on what I learned. So that should be the outcome. And I appreciate you all being patient for, see, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, it just flew like a thing. We will have a break and we will have some all right.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Take care.
Sir. Thank
All
you so
right,
much.
we can leave the meeting. Thank you very much. Take care.